hindi sila taga Davao, hindi nila babatid kung ano ang nagawa at kung gaano kamahal ng mga Davaoenos si President Duterte.
Diyan po sa Davao, muli pong namayagpag ang mga Duterte. Kayo po ba'y nabigla? Considering po sa maituturing din natin sigurong malakas na kalaban kasi nga maka-administrasyon at marami ding nangunguna sa nabibiyayaan sa mga ayuda na maaaring magamit talaga panghimok sa mga kababayan po natin, mga Davaoenyo po. Pero ganito po ang naging resulta. Ano nakikita nyo pong dahilan na muli po na solidify ng mga Duterte yung kanilang talagang legasiya na ayaw ng ating mga kababayan na palitan sila?
Well, natatawa nga ako, Admar, kasi may mga tao na natatawa bakit nanalo si President Rodrigo Duterte as mayor despite the fact na nasa dahig sila. Ang reason yan, Admar, bakit ganyan yung pag-uunawa ng iba is hindi sila taga Davao, hindi nila babatid kung ano ang nagawa at kung gaano kamahal ng mga Davaoenos si President Duterte. So that bespeaks a lot of the strong leadership and effective programs that the Dutertes have employed in Davao City. Bago pa man naging nationwide yung malasakit centers, mayroon ng lingap para sa mahirap. Kasi sa pag-uusap namin ni Mayor Sebastian Duterte, ang emphasis niya is for him, ang gobyerno is nandyan para sa mga tao na walang-wala. Okay? And that is something na resonated with the people of Davao. So despite the fact na malaking pondo in terms of sa pag-distribute ng ayuda, ang dito sa Davao City, ni-release nila, that did not have any impact kung ano yung nasa saloobin ng tao. Kasi ang Davao City remains to be a Duterte country. Okay? So makikita mo marami kasing mga pioneering efforts dito sa Davao. Tingnan mo yung mga kalye, walang spaghetti wires, yung 911, yung linga para sa mahirap, yung educational scholarships na ginagamit din ng ibang mga LGUs. Matagal na yan dito sa Davao City. Kahit sa pribadong sektor ka mag-enroll, even if it is expensive, if the kid, the child, the student is qualified and deserves it, na ibibigay yan ng administrasyon. So primarily, hindi lang yan dahil sa iisang tao o ilang mga politicians. It's a collective sentiment ng mga taga-Davao, Admar. So nakikita natin, kung tingnan mo nga, si Pulong Duterte, he was in The Hague kasi binantayan niya tatay niya, and kahit ganun, he still won by a landslide. So that is a testament of the strong support of the people, but primarily it's also a testament of the type of effective programs that they have provided the Davaoenos in the past and at present, Admar.
So nakikita mong tugma yung recent post ni Mayor Baste Duterte matapos ngayong malinaw na pagkapanalo po nila na Davaoenos are not for sale.
Well, klaro naman yan, Admar. Yung mga tao, meron naman yung matinong pag-iisip. Alam din naman nila na yung pera na yan from the ayuda is taxpayers' money. And primarily, I don't think that they will be swayed by these types of machinations. And of course, sa nabanggit ko nga, mahal ng tao si President Rodrigo Duterte. And si Mayor Sebastian Duterte also has effective and efficient people. Hindi siya ganun ka-vocal in terms of these programs and services, but if you happen to visit, halimbawa, yung mga opisina dito sa Davao City, they have exerted huge effort to improve the quality of service that is provided to the people. Makikita naman yan siya in terms of the growth of the city, the number of businesses that have been registered, and overall, yung development ng Davao compared to other localities, wala siyang utang in the past several years, and that is a testament of effective leadership and, of course, good governance, Admar.
Opo, and meron po ba kayong nakitang pagbabago sa kanilang approach, yung mga katunggali po ng mga Duterte, considering hindi ito first time na nagbangga ang mga Duterte at Nograles dyan po sa Davao, at parang halos ganito rin, may mga issue din, pinupukol laban dito sa dating Pangulo, dating Mayor, pero kalaunan, sa pagkakalam ko, si former President Rodrigo Duterte, bihira lang yan nangangampanya kahit na every election, parang hindi talaga siya subsob unlike sa iba dahil alam niya, yung kanyang naging legasiya, ang kanyang naging matibay na sandata para ipakilala yung kanyang sarili kung sino siya at kung karapat-dapat ba siyang ihalal muli.
Well, yung negative campaigning kasi, Admar, mahirap yan siya at magbumirang yan siya kung sino man gumagamit niyan. Especially if the person has actually changed or transformed the whole political, social, and economic ecosystem, especially sa Davao City. So titingnan mo ang Davao in times past, maalala ko when I was in college, isang gusali lang ang 7-story dito sa Davao City. Right now, marami ng matataas na at matatayog na gusali, and that is a testament also of the trust and confidence ng mga businessmen. Maraming trabaho na available para sa mga tao dito, and that means na maraming tao galing from outlier provinces pumupunta dito sa Davao, hindi lang para mag-aral, kundi para makakita ng dignified livelihood. And these things are critical para masabi natin na a place is actually progressive pag may oportunidad para sa tao. So for example, if you put into question itong halimbawa peace and order, kung ikaw as parent nandun ka sa Cotabato City, padala mo yung anak mo dito sa Davao City, I suppose hindi mo gagawin yan if you do not trust the type of leadership and manner upon which people feel safe dito sa Davao City. And these are testimonies, Admar, that are not only something na makikita mo sa social media. It's a way of life, yung tinatawag dito na culture of security. It's a way of life, nakasanayan yan ng tao. Kasi ang Davao City is a place that is safe and secure. And yun ang pinapahalagahan ng mga Duterte. So, kahit anong gawing paninira, because people feel that and they can see the effects of this, yung legacy ni President Duterte has remained intact and you cannot easily destroy that.
Opo. Ano naman po yung nakikita niyo pong implikasyon nito, lalo't papalapit na rin yung 2028 elections. Nakita natin kung saan na malakas ang mga Duterte. Ngayon, saan yung talagang may matibay pa rin siya na support? Ano nakikita mo sa hinaharap po?
Well, it's a three-way battle, Admar, ang nakikita ko. Pwede mo makita dito, for instance, if the Vice President is able to overcome the impeachment, so parang Sara Duterte and Bongo, and then you have on the other hand Risa Ontiveros and Bam Aquino, and then on the part of the administration, pwedeng si Rapi Tulfo and somebody like Chis Escudero. So the lines have been drawn, the battle has just started, pero ang pinakamahalagan dito is of course the impeachment trial. So kung titingnan mo, tatlo sa nasa alyansa ang nawala, and then it is expected na sila bubuto in favor sa conviction. Yet si Bam and Kiko of course are expected to vote for the conviction of BP Sara, kasi itong mga dalawang senator-elect are critical since time immemorial against the Vice President and the Duterte brand of leadership. And kung mapapansin natin, si Amy Marcos and Camille Villar was endorsed by the Vice President. And of course, nakapasok sila sa Magic 12. So ito sila, ang of course nakatuon na sa dalawang ito ang pansin as regard to how they will vote doon sa impeachment trial. Pero sa nakikita ko kasi madaming mga personalities, mga prominent personality doon sa Quadcom, mga anti-Duterte, anti-Sara, natalo sila in their respective bids. Okay, hindi na lang natin bagitin yung mga pangalan. So that is a big statement also as regard to the influence and the trust that people have with regard to the Duterte brand of leadership. Of course, palaging sinasabi good governance, accountability, transparency. Yung mga bagay na yan, the Duterte has never emphasized. But hindi naman pwede magkaroon ang isang politiko at isang leader ng malasakit sa tao kung yung mga bagay na yan is not given. So sa tingin ko, yung good governance, it's something that is given when you have an effective type of leadership. Transparency and accountability are ideal principles, and it's important that any democracy should embrace these principles. But nevertheless, we must also consider na we are a communitarian nation, and kung isang leader ay mahal ng tao, it's a given na yung mga prinsipyo na yan is something that people do believe strongly that our leaders also imbibe. Kasi hindi ka naman magtatagal sa isang posisyon kung ikaw ay maraming ginagawang hindi mabuti sa pwesto mo, and then it will in the end have a consequence well-being ng tao. But dahil nakikita natin ang progress and development, Duterte being able to provide to the Bangsamoro, for instance, yung mga resources na kailangan nila so that they can stand on their own, assert their self-governance. Yung mga bagay na yan is not something that you can easily thwart kung every time may mga negative sila na sinasabi against President Rodrigo Duterte, those people na naka-feel ng kung anumang kabutihang nagawa ng former president ay of course sila galit, and nakikita yan siya sa resulta sa eleksyon. Kaya natalo itong mga personalidad na nabanggit ko, Admar.